Memorial Stadium. Coaches like to say play the next one on the schedule. This one carries a little more weight, a mid-season top 10 showdown. It's the Florida Gators and the Texas Longhorns. Alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I am Reese Davis. Holly Rowe is down on the sidelines. We say hello to Holly.
Guys, I caught up with the Longhorns head coach before the game. This is what he had hoped for and is excited that it is playing out right before our very eyes. Bringing this running back in the transfer portal, he knew that he could be someone to make an impact, but he didn't know how much. And here he is, highly productive, really starting to lean on that offensive line and gain some chemistry with the other guys on the team. We're seeing this offense come alive, and they've got to do it again here today. Keep you posted on how things start here in the game in the first quarter and how this chemistry is showing up big time for this team. Back to you.
All right, Holly. Fielded in the end zone. It's Lockett. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. They'll start on the ground with Brown. There he goes. And a little more space. Open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30.
And, man, you don't have to be a great play caller to give that guy the football, right? Like, feature him. The offense goes through him. You got to love this running back. And he just finds a way to make those chunk plays like he just did, setting the tone. And, Palmer, sometimes the defense, they need to see you for a second so they realize how fast, how powerful, how good you are.
Yeah, he wants to go deep. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. A tough start to the opening drive as the defense comes up with a big play.
Well, that's a great play by the defense, and that's one the quarterback obviously wishes he had back. I think sometimes as a QB, your success from the previous game can carry over, and it forces you to be a little bit reckless, right, David? I mean, he had a big one last time out, and he's looking early in this game on the first drive to get a big chunk play right out of the gate. He throws that one into coverage, and the defense makes him pay for it.
Well, and how about talking to this defense before this game? They talked about, can they make something good happen early? If they could, maybe they could rattle him a little bit. Everything went well for him last week, and so good job by this defense striking early. Hopefully it'll develop some confidence with this defense.
Picked off. What a play to set him up. Got room on the return. And they capitalized not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
Man, I think they're going to look back on this one, guys, just with frustration, just an opportunity missed. Your defense did the best thing they could do, starting the game, forcing a turnover. Now you get the ball, and you give it right back. So the momentum you had and the energy that was in the building, now it goes swinging right back to the other side.
He breaks the tackle. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
And I think offense is showing they are willing to run the football, even if they don't get big gains. Just those body blows that can sometimes wear out a defense and keep the balance on offense so I can be explosive.
He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
As a quarterback, you've got to know in this area of the field, it's tough to throw, right? The windows, they open and close so quickly when you get down to the red zone. What helps you is running the football, but that's tough today because you're going up against one of the top 25 defenses stopping the run.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. Looking to move the chains, they throw it complete to the left. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. They were really hopeful he could make a guy or two miss and pick up the first down, but he comes up a little short.
Yeah, and it's great defense. It's defense understanding where the sticks are, not missing tackles, getting the guy on the ground quickly. Really nice job by the defense understanding the situation.
He's not going to get there. Stopped short on fourth down.
Yeah, and he calls his own number, tries to go get the first down, but he just couldn't get to it. Nice job by the defense, locking in, not letting him get that extra couple yards that he needed to get the big first down.
The Gators sending the offense back to work. Tough run across the 5. He'll get it all the way out to the 8-yard line.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard games just because of the body blow effect.
Jones wants to throw it. Under fire. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And that's a really good job by this defense, a complete defensive effort. When the back end makes the quarterback hold the football a little longer than he wants to, and then the pass rush gets home, hits him, and forces the incompletion.
They've got them then deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
Man, that was a drive to forget right there. Like, they wanted to create some space, get out of their own end zone, and maybe flip the field, but that offense got nothing going, and they're going to have to punt from their own end zone.
Wants to bring it back.
Oh, you clicked on. Good D. You clicked on.
Make a crowd hold its breath like
Oh, that was good. That was good. That was good. That's football, man. You got to let some time. You got to click on the computer, get you back in possession.
So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out and they were stopped. Breaks into the open. Touchdown Longhorns! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. They couldn't draw up a drive better than that one. Just gashed them for the big play in the running game. 1 snap, 1 touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Abrams. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Offense has been stagnant so far. 1-2-3 kick the last time they had the ball, and this time really needing to get a score.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Pulls it in. It's ball. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there.
That's a really nice job by the cornerback, playing with his eyes. He sees the running back release out of the backfield, sees him get the ball. And this guy's tough. You know, there are a lot of corners out there that would try to submarine these rig running backs, and then they get hurdled. Not this guy. Good job getting the tackle, getting him on the ground.
And the deflection on third down. How big is that? Forces a fourth down.
Really nice job by the defender knocking that one away in man coverage. And he knew coming into this one that he was going to get attacked and they were going to throw his way. So he's showing you right now. He is dialed in, locked in. Really nice job on that cover.
Rams him with the stiff arm. They were playing with fire on that return, and he got loose for a good return of better than 30 yards. The Longhorns head out, hoping to move the ball on this possession. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Arch is going to throw for it. Here's the pressure. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. 2nd down coming. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. The give on the option. Could be an out. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
And that's the second time today, man. Like, you see, it looks like he's going in fast forward. He's got some jets, man. This guy can really, really move. This offense does such a nice job of finding creative ways to get him the football. And we've already seen it today. A couple of explosive plays, and they're going to continue to feature the...
Touchdown!
Good thing, no?
And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And he's in for a second touchdown, man. He knows what to do when he gets down here. He knows how to get in the end zone, and I love when you can run the football as you get closer to that goal line. Be the more physical team, and they're doing just that.
He'll bring it out. It's Abrams. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Jones to throw. Fires to the right. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Touchdown, Texas! A pick 6. No midseason concentration lapse here in Week 7 as they push out that lead. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead.
How about a game-changing play for this defense? Stepping in front of the football and knowing what to do with it, taking it all the way to the end zone.
He'll bring it out. It's Abrams. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. Here comes the Gators offense, ready to go on the attack. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
You got to love the physicality up front by the defense. They're allowing only a minimal gain. These are big bodies on the D-line. They eat up blocks, allow the linebackers to run free and make stops.
Second down, he'll throw it. And the pass is incomplete, charged loose by the hit.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go from there.
Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead, and they were able to build that lead into double figures. Let's take a quick look at our early stats before we move on. They largely dominated the first quarter and built a
You
nice
can go
lead
for
to
it.
get started. The Gators will punt this one away.
Yeah, 21.
No fair catches here, looking for room. Found a little running room on that one. Picked up some nice blocks before he's run out of bounds. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
It's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. They feed him again. Slithers into space. Plows through the defense. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line.
You know, God bless Texas because they can lose great running backs, and they just go into the portal and they get a great running back. Oh, no, they got 2 great running backs. to get Smothers, to get Brown to come over. Obviously, guys with experience at big-time universities. I expect Texas to be able to run the football. And Jesse, have one of the best 1-2 punches in all of college football.
Yeah, I mean, they want to come play with Arch Manning, let's be honest. And they know it's an offense that defenses are going to be worried about the deep ball, throwing it downfield. So a lot of soft boxes to run into. And there's really no excuse for why these running backs shouldn't absolutely stat it up this year. Steve Sarkisian told us they're going to be committed to running the football and having balance. Because of those names you just mentioned, we're expecting this running game to be elite.
Manning on play action. He's going for it all. He makes a grab. And he scores! Touchdown, Texas!
Well, this thing's turning into a rout, and it's turning into a rout quickly. Really nice job by the offense there, but it's not just them. Their defense is getting it done. Their special teams are getting it done, and it just feels like they're really feeding off of this home crowd and their energy. This has been the definition of home field advantage in this football game.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Abrams. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Gators sending the offense back to work. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
They'll start this one from the 29 on first down. Here's again the ball. Picks up the first down. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line.
Defensively, you'll take the slow down. You'll take 3, 4, 5 yards a pop, but you can't give up the massive plays. You got to do a better job containing the football, making them run the guys, and get him on the ground, for goodness sakes. This guy is fast, I know, but defensively, we got to swarm to the football and get him on the ground.
Backed up now, here's second and long. They'll run out of the gun with Jaden Ball.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Let's see what they do here on 3rd and short from the 41. From the gun, wants to pass. It's complete to the left. On the move at the 30. He's loose. Run out of bounds after the long game, but they've got it now 1st and goal.
Yeah, I think if you're on offense right now, you're thinking, I don't know if our defense can stop them. We couldn't do it the last drive out. We're down a lot on the scoreboard right now, so we need to score touchdowns every time we have the ball. That was a big play for them, but they got to cap this thing off.
And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
And that's what the offense wants. They want to see you in man coverage, and they want to throw those slants, use those wide receivers and their big bodies to catch the football. Elite coverage. Great job being glued to your guy and being physical when he caught it. When he catches the football,
touchdown, Gator! He got it.
Tough read. He's on that shit.
And a lot of times when you get down here in the red zone, man, it's players, not
plays. Off the bus.
Finding your individual matchups that you feel very confident in. And
I know you probably think you're going to come back.
They went to their go-to wide receiver.
Nah.
And I'm also not surprised that he won on the outside.
They're too smart
and
for
got
that
the
to
touchdown.
happen.
And he's going to bring this one out. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Here's Brown to begin the drive. Weaves his way ahead and gets 5 out to the 18-yard line. We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. The Longhorns with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. He'll try it again. Maybe some room here. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. Solid run on the last play. Sets this offense up on first down. Making side adjustments here. Manning with a play fake. He's looking deep. Upstairs, he's got it. Oh, he thought for sure he was going to be able to house that one, but a huge pickup all the way down to the 12.
And how about the big strike down the field? I love when
You go
offenses
get that.
take shots down the field, try to make big plays. Now they're set up in the red zone.
I know, Coleman. I gotta get to you,
Possession
Coleman.
in a heartbeat, and now it's 1st and 10 from inside the red zone. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Arch Madness. Got his man. And
No, Coleman. All he had to do was get it to you.
touchdown, Longhorn.
And man, the defense really needed to stop there. They needed to create some momentum, get the ball back to the offense.
It was gonna be hard for you to beat me at
The
home
offense
off
does
the
their job,
turnovers
man. They
anyway.
continue to plow on, continue to create momentum. There's going to have to be some questions
Might go
answered
score
at half
again,
with this
though.
squad because it's been a struggle in the first
Got a
half.
little rhythm. Let's see.
Coming out
Took
with
it out.
it's Abrams.
Bump.
I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Going to take a shot at this DB. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. So first play of the drive coming here from their own 49. He wants to change this route. Here's Arch to throw. Fires to the wideout. A strike downfield. He's down at the 27. They can stop the clock.
I don't make those type of reads, bro. You feel me? If you out there as a user, I'm going away from you and go to the computer. Yeah. Why would I throw at you? I see you running.
Dropping back, it's Manning. Pressure coming. And they got it. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. And here on 2nd down, they'll send out the field goal unit to try to get 3 before the break. That is no good. Well, they missed the field goal. That's about the only thing that hasn't gone their way in this one.
Listen, he's a guy that makes 60-yarders in practice, so they give him that opportunity with his big leg. He misses it. The opponent didn't set up the return, so they're going to get the football back.
He wants to take the top off. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. As the Gators head for the locker room by the watchful eye, that full Gator head. Let's check in with Kevin Connors at the head.
Gents, the cream is rising to the top here 7 weeks in. Let's take a look at today's action. Let's begin with a look at Virginia taking on the Wyoming Cowboys. And it's the Cavaliers chasing a 6th straight victory today. This team is a snowball rolling downhill, just adding momentum with every new week.
Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Got blown out in the first half, and now just desperate to find anything to turning it on. Knocked down at the 26 after ripping off 10 there.
Well, you wonder if one of the adjustments they made at halftime, trailing in this game, was to try and get the ground game established, David, and they're off to a good start here.
Dang right. Stay patient. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to press. Just try to get scoring drives together. Don't abandon the run.
They get him on the ground, but boy, they took the business end of that run as he picked up 8. 8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and short. Looking to fire. Throws to the wideout.
Oh, that's a good ass read.
Makes the grab. It's Singleton. Out of
Okay.
bounds at the 43-yard line after the huge pickup.
And that's a nice job by this offense. They got to find a way to continue to string good plays together. They've had a few, but they haven't put 3, 4, 5, 6 together, putting a drive like this together. Now, let's go pay this thing off and punch it in the end zone.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
To the air on second down. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
A good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And wings it incomplete.
Third and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to.
Now you can go for it, bro.
Pass rushers are getting upfield.
If I was you, I would go for it.
Don't have timing, and as a result, now fourth down.
You down, once you're down like 21, you can go for it whenever you want, bro.
Leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the
In
rest
other
of the way.
words.
Trailing by multiple possessions in the third and desperately needing a score.
And you
They'll
pass
go
the
for
50.
it on fourth down. They'll send the back in motion. On fourth down, they'll pass for it. Oh, it's picked off. Not the second half start they'd hoped for. He'll try to take it back. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Longhorn. And what a turn of events as this defense gets the pick 6.
That's really funny, huh?
Tips lead to picks. Quarterbacks have got to be careful. You've got to be so accurate with the ball. If you're not, and a defender tips that thing up into the air, bad things generally happen. Pick 6. Doesn't get much worse than that.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Abrams. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Here comes the Gators offense, ready to go on the attack. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen. So you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to you.
And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
This defense will bring pressure from the linebacker level, from the cornerback level, free safety level, and the strong safety level. They're bringing it from all over the field.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. Third and long from inside their own 20. Jones wants to throw it. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the best receivers in college football, and they knew coming into this game that he had to get touches, but you can't.
Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. On fourth down, looking for the completion. And the incomplete pass turns it over in their own end.
Well, the defense is smelling blood in the water. As soon as they saw this offense decide to go for it in that area of the field, they were like, okay, you're going to gift us the football. We'll go ahead. We'll take over. Thanks. We'll make a play, and we'll take this over. And now we're going to try to make you pay for that decision.
They'll dial up the run on first and goal. Touchdown, Texas! And they take it in for 6 more points. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point was good. That's taking advantage of a golden opportunity set up with great field position, and they struck quickly for the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Abrams. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. The Gators sending the offense back to work. What a turn that last drive was. pick up the 4th down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating because you think you might get points and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complimentary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
And that pressure got to him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get in the ground. This offensive line's got to do a better job.
Jones to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
And you thought maybe in the second half this offense could just find a rhythm, find something to take advantage of this defense, but the defense has really had their number, not putting up a lot of points, and again, an empty possession right there.
On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. And he will go down. Couldn't get rid of it in time, and the defense gets a sack on 4th down.
I'll tell you, man, analytics in college football now are changing the way coaches think about down and distances. And listen, I know there are probably some metrics out there that say you should go for it in that situation because the percentages are telling you you got a good shot at keeping the football and keeping possession. That time, though, they're not able to come up with it. And they've now given up the football with their backs to the wall. The defense now is going to have to dig them out of this hole.
Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. He might want another play. Back to pass on 2nd down. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Nice execution by this defense on 2nd and goal. And they try to throw the football. They stay tight on them. If I'm this offense, maybe I run some crossers, a little pick route, try to get my guy open.
Got his man out of the backfield. Touchdown, Texas! Made the grab and took it on in for the score. Lining up to tack 1 more onto that lead. And he tacks on the extra point. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And it was capped off by a 1-yard touchdown pass. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Jaden Ball. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Jones wants to throw it. Lets it fly. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down.
And I thought the game plan has been so good by this defense, man. They know exactly who his go-to guy is out wide, and they're doing a great job of mixing up coverage, taking that away. Listen, this QB doesn't have to go to him, and that's why I think you look next. Who's your next best playmaker that can make something happen for you? Maybe go find him because they're locked in on that star out wide.
Really nice job there to pick up the 1st down and get it to their own 41. And the Gators come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on 1st down. Trying to beat the D deep. Pass is broken up downfield, and look who's there. The linebacker covering serious ground.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He is going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has.
He's got it inside the 25. Touchdown, Gators. He got a step and just dusted the field.
Well, you got to give the quarterback a lot of credit on that one, David. As soon as he recognized,
if you ain't score against all my second string niggas, yeah, it was gonna be. You was gonna be That's a good play. It's enough. All my second strings, no start. There's nobody out there. Getting them niggas some clock.
He's got jets.
Makes the catch in the end zone. The two-point conversion is good, so I guess at least they've got that going for them.
Might as well see what some of your other second string niggas could do.
He'll bring it out. It's Bishop. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line.
Ringo, you gotta go. I'm gonna get Coleman some work, man.
Snags it quickly on the left. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly. The Longhorns will hustle to the line. Looking for room. It Smothers. Oh, it's a foul.
Smack the shit out of us.
Riveted to your rib cage. How can you let it go?
He got it, though. We got it back. Oh, thank you. We got it back.
Like this one can have a big impact on the rankings from week to week as we see upsets happen and favorites continuing to flex muscle. So we open the final period with a third down play. Quick release on the RPO. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down. New set of downs after the completion. The run inside. It's Smothers. Slams ahead for a yard out to the 33.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in.
Finding some room. And he'll pick up the first down, but he got drilled on that tackle.
If I'm building an offense in today's football, it's not around a quarterback that can't run. I'm going to find an athlete that I can give the ball because defensively, it starts to limit your coverages. It starts to limit what I can do. It makes me play the quarterback every single play. It just makes your job as a defensive coordinator extremely hard.
Fires to the big fella. Oh, he's got some space. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37.
And you've really seen the evolutions of tight ends, man. These guys are no longer just big bodies that block like the extension of the offensive line. They're more like receivers, and I love when the quarterback gets it out of his hands, and then you just watch. Like, they can make plays, they can run people over, they can now...
Oh, he caught it in his 30
really
for me.
Needed something to go right. Got some room to run.
You got paid 80.
He's at the 10. Touchdown, Florida. What a play. Not only the interception, but the great return for the score.
Love to see the defense still fighting hard this late in the game. Great job jumping the route, catching it, takes it back for a touchdown. Not too much time to celebrate, though. You're still trailing in this game. You still got some work to do, but no doubt that play is going to give this defense a little bit more confidence.
And he's not going to take the touchback. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. Here comes the Texas offense. That last pick six after a drive like that, David, can swing the momentum of a game.
The defense is still celebrating. I mean, such a big play. I mean, they gave up some yards but did what they're supposed to do. Now, Jesse, this offense has to put a drive together.
Yeah, they have to recapture some momentum here. What they can't do is go 3 and out.
And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Makes his way out to the 20 before he stopped, and that'll bring up a fourth down. And the Longhorns will line up to punt it away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. The kick is high and away and headed toward the sideline. No return possible on this one. It goes out of bounds, and they'll mark it right around the 30-yard line. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. When the defense got the stop, they could have used a few more of those earlier. Still a big deficit here late. Fires to the wideout. Grabbed in the middle. It's Wilson. There he goes. And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as they get him down at the 37.
Let's go. We got some life. We made a big play, something to build off of. We need a lot of points, and we need them quickly. Time's running out. We're trailing big in this ball game.
That last big play has them in position to threaten here. 1st and 10 from the 37. Last completion moved the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. Running inside. It's Ball. He never had a chance on the draw. Tackled almost as soon as he got the ball. Last play was a near disaster. Now dealing with 2nd and 13. Jones to throw. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on 2nd down, but 3rd down's coming up.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit, just not enough of that today.
Another incompletion on 3rd down.
It's been tough for this QB in this one. Very small windows to throw into, and he's been under...
All right, let me jump in here. They are going to go for it on 4th down, and I'm not sure they have much choice in this situation. On 4th down, trying to find his man. Throws for the tight end. Couldn't find his man, and they'll give up the football on downs.
And I get it. That's for pride's sake. This game's over. Like, I know you're down and you try to mount drives, and sometimes you even try to get young guys in the game at this point. But now you're just fighting for pride and just letting them try not to get any more points on the scoreboard.
There's some room. Good pickup there as he gets the 1st down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
And the defense down in this game, they just can't do anything to stop this offense at this point, Dave. Right now, they know they're going to be trying to run the football and try and ice the game, but there's nothing at this point it seems they can do.
Yeah, and it's frustrating. I got to sell out, man. I got to bring as many guys to the line of scrimmage as I can. I got to find a way to get this ball back to my offense. The clock is not my friend, and them running the football is only going to run this thing out quicker. I got to find a way to make something happen, strip the football, do something.